Hello, I'm at the War Museum and I'm with the gentleman who is behind Cyprus, a Divided Island, which is an exhibition that's currently here at the War Museum. So please introduce yourself and your position.
Certainly. I'm Andrew Burtch, and I'm the historian for the post-1945 period here at the Canadian War Museum.
So this is a 60-year covering 60 years, this exhibition.
Yes, so this 2024 marks the 60th year since the beginning of the Cyprus mission, which began in March of 1964 when the first Canadians were in theater shortly after the mission began. And there is still a Canadian on the staff of UNFICYP, the United Nations Force in Cyprus today. It is also, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the 1974 crisis that effectively partitioned Cyprus between North and South. And so we are examining the origins of the mission, the aspects of that crisis, as well as the ongoing connections between Canada and Cyprus through art and through memory and through its continuing use as a staging area for operations, its connections to the Canadians who are coming back from the war in Afghanistan, among other things. So Cyprus is a very long-running peacekeeping mission, but also has a lot of meaning for Canadians besides that.
It's a pivotal point in the Army's history.
Yeah, I think it's a very, it was coming during what you might call the golden age of peacekeeping, of that neutral interpositional force that would go in between combatants, but also marks a period of profound change in peacekeeping when two NATO partners are about to go to war, and then what do you do when you're caught in the middle of it? And the improvisation on the ground that people did in 1974 is mirrored in later, more difficult peacekeeping missions in the 1990s. So it covers a lot of ground.
Yes, and the partition is still very strong today.
Yes, the island remains partitioned, and there's of course still a great deal of disagreement between the various factions there, and that's why the United Nations continues to operate, preserving peace where otherwise there might be a more prolonged conflict, and I think we can agree there's enough of that in the world.
Yeah. And have you been to Cyprus yourself?
I haven't been to Cyprus myself, although I am going next week with a group of veterans who are returning to Cyprus to tour many of the same sites that they served either 60 years ago or 50 years ago or points in between. So Canada has a long history, especially around the capital city of Nicosia, so that's where a lot of the visits are taking place, and we'll be able to pay respects to the 9 Canadians who served in Cyprus who didn't come home from Cyprus out of 28 who died in service to the mission.
It's a wonderful experience for you to go over there after arranging for this wonderful exhibition.
Well, having done a lot of reading about it and interviewing people who were there and looking at the artwork that comes from there, it'll be certainly an experience, and be able to put it into a better context, seeing it in 3 dimensions on the ground and getting a sense of what Canadians were dealing with and the terrain they were dealing with while they were tasked with the difficult proposition of keeping the peace for so many years.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
I'd like to thank Dr. Andrew Burtch for explaining this wonderful exhibition.
Thank you so much. It's on until January.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.